Now I came from... Yes! Yes! Sure. That's how I reply.
Let's just play all these. Let's do an arcade beat-em-up lightning round. Okay, now, for these next few games, I just want to do, like, maybe just one credit, or maybe the end of the first level. But there's a lot to see.
What's first?
POW, let's do it. Of course SNK wanted in on this business. This is 1988, so this would be a little bit more informed by Double Dragon than Final Fight. This was ported to NES, and I'd say the NES version is way better remembered than this arcade game. Yeah.
Alright. Okay, so you're a prisoner of war.
And we have access to explosives. That was their first mistake.
Hey, not to tell other people how to do war crimes, but you may not want to give your prisoners explosives. They've taken war as a prisoner? Okay, well maybe that's good. Maybe war should be locked up as a concept.
This game has cool music, but that's about it. Sound effects aren't bad either. But otherwise, there's no combos here. This is pretty much single punch or kick knockdowns. NES one, they actually added a little bit more complexity because there's buildings you can go into for power-ups, but not this one.
Okay, I like the little animation when you flip that knife.
There's lots of good little touches in this. And honestly, this game isn't great, but given it came out in '88, right as the genre was about to emerge, I can cut it a little slack. Plus you get a gun in it. So SNK, you did good. What I really want to focus on in these next few games is seeing how developers handle the beat-em-up genre.
Okay.
Because once Double Dragon and Final Fight blew up, everyone wanted to make a beat-em-up. They canceled games in progress, they took talented developers of other genres and just threw them into the world of beat-em-ups, even if they had no idea how to make them. And the end results were pretty inconsistent. I do like to think that this game at least pioneered the way enemies flash when they're about to die. Mm-hmm. A very important part of beat-em-ups.
It is very important. Okay, BMF mentions that POW might have been one of SNK's first in-house NES games.
That's true, yeah. They shifted away from Micronics and started making their own stuff, starting with this and Guerrilla War. And their NES games were honestly pretty good.
Oh yeah, speaking of Brawlers, that Double Dragon Kunio collection's out tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Oh shit, I gotta buy that. They've translated like a dozen games for the first time for that collection. Well, officially. There's of course been fan translations. It's POW, let's move on.
Okay.
Next up, let's play some Crime Fighters.
Oh! Yes!
Sorry,
that sounded horrible. I am so sorry.
If you're familiar with this game, you may be thinking, this isn't Jank, this is a good game. Some versions of this game are good. This is not one of those good versions. My arcade also had this back in the day. And every so often in the arcade you would hear that breaking noise, because this game was never ever being played. It would just loop through the attract mode over and over again. Let's see if we can beat the current high score of 10.
Okay, I think you could do it.
Now the more coins you put in, the more life you get.
Hey Danny, who made this game? Oh, okay.
These girls have all been kidnapped by this fat toad.
Fat toad!
Get him back and clean up the streets while you're at it.
Usually I see a fat toad and I think they're super cool, but not that guy. Okay. I thought that was a vending machine for a second, and I was like, why are you such a tiny...
That's a big-ass vending machine.
I was going to say, why are you such a tiny man? Real quick, I want to thank Orange Right for the 13-month resub. Orange Right says, Konami.
So this game's pretty neat. In Japan, it uses a traditional life meter approach to your life. In the US version, exclusively, it uses a gauntlet-styled countdown approach, meaning your life constantly
Excuse me?
It constantly ticks down, even if you're not being attacked by anyone. So you gotta really rush your way through these levels.
Danny. You didn't tell me this was a pervert game.
What? Oh, yeah, that. That, of course, grabbed everyone's attention back in the arcade. And of course, once you go under it...
You're fine. You're fine.
It's kind of a strange game. It's got a weird sense of humor. It lets you kick dudes when they're on the ground. This is 89, so either before Final Fight or developed concurrently with it. This is probably still working off the Double Dragon template at this point.
Yeah, I like that ad for lobsters back there. Like, hey,
Psychedelic lobsters. This game lets a whole bunch of enemies appear on screen at once, and it allows up to 4 players. And even though the sprites are really tiny, there's a lot of action in this game at all times. If you want to see someone good play this game, I recommend checking out Murphigator here on Twitch. He owns an actual board of the good version of this game.
Yeah, I saw folks mentioning Murphigator there. Makes sense.
And he could actually 1-credit clear it. It is possible on some versions. I don't know if this version is 1-credit clearable. Otherwise, it's all about managing crowds, dealing with punks, occasionally kicking them in the nuts. And it's real easy to get ganged up on. That's why they call them gangs.
Oh. Yeah, that guy keeps messing with his hair. I kind of love it. I don't love you getting your ass kicked, though. That's very unfair.
I agree. I'm not an expert at this game. About to die. That's your cue to put in another quarter.
I love that it has a little thing above your head, like, oh man, everybody, this guy's about to die. I don't think it's fair to alert the enemies about like that. That's not cool.
Yeah, that seems like an unfair advantage. Of course, being about to die doesn't mean that your life counter stops ticking down. Still gotta worry about that shit.
Okay, you're good, you got this.
He keeled over because his last life point went away.
Ah.
Konami.
You got these guys. You got a punk, a guy who's fucking with his hair, and yeah, you're good. You're good. Yeah, eat shit. It looks like that guy from Willy Beamish. Was that guy Spider?
Yeah, take that, Spider.
Eat shit, Spider.
Really? You're just gonna... Alright.
You're just messing with his hair.
A funny thing about this game is once you reduce enemies to 1 hit point, they'll always do this. They won't attack you. You can have just a trail of enemies following you until you decide to finally take them out.
You just kind of poked him in the tummy.
It was a fun game. There's a lot I like about it, but man, that mechanic, it does not work. I think Konami did a similar thing for their later monster brawler. What was that called? Metamorphic Force? That's another game where you want to play the Japanese version instead.
Yeah, that's the zombie mode glitch, apparently. SSFSX 17 resubs, 9 months in a row, thank you so much. SSFSX 17 resubs with the beautiful Ghostbusters ghost, and says, just got here in time for the zombie enemy glitch. Yeah.
This guy has a freaking mace.
Wow!
He's that punk you may have seen on the arcade flyer. And of course, we have our second subway. Get ready to see a lot of subways tonight.
I like that he got exhausted after swinging the mace too much.
That's your cue to attack him. Otherwise, this game is great at eating your quarters. One thing I noticed earlier, someone pointed out on the flyer, level 4 takes place in an abandoned warehouse, and level 8 takes place in a warehouse.
I mean, you know, one
so they ran out of
workers.
ideas halfway through the game. Move on, next game.
Okay.
Let's play some Gang Wars.
Gang Wars?
So this represents developer Alpha Denshi's attempt at a brawler. Once again, this is pre-Final Fight, so this will be more inspired by Double Dragon. And boy, does this game have an intro. Mike. Jackie.
Gang Wars.
Copyright Alpha. You ready for this?
Yes. Okay, got your... Okay, good to go. Alright, what's your name?
My name is dab.
Ah, yes. Do teens still do that? Do adults still do that?
Oh, probably.
Okay.
I'm a power type. Gonna need a little bit more information than that to follow up on this case.
Who was that?
Oh no!
Oh no.
Ah, shit, we stepped on the set of the Warriors.
Oh, those guys look so cool.
So look at this freaking game.
Wow. Oh man. You're so fast. The ravioli store.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want ravioli. I want ravioli, Danny.
Yeah, not many games start you out with a street fight in front of the ravioli store.
Oh man, that grocery store has really seen better days.
Someone tore down the damn grocery store. Now, there's one thing people remember this game for, and that's it.
Why are those guys barking?
The enemies all have a laugh track that plays every time they hurt you.
I guess it sounds like a dog. I'm sorry. I guess I should...
Now this game I would consider jank. This game is not great. It's pretty primitive. Again, it's from a time before the Brawlers started to get really refined with Final Fight, but even considering that, this is pretty poor.
This was a pre-Final Fight game?
Yeah. What does that say on his shirt? BBQ?
Oob? People say oob. Oob, it says oob.
Yeah, he's a fan of being out of bounds.
Maybe he meant boo.
Look at that dude's afro.
That's...
It's the color of a big red soda.
I was gonna say that's like some. It's like it's clown comp. Are you sure it's an afro? Is this like a? Is it like a clown wig?
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
Oh, jeez, the blood.
This dude can wield a bottle like no one's business.
I do love the way their mouths move, like when they're just walking. It's like blah 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 blah. Like they're talking, like they're like trying to get you to stop.
I just like the nervous laughter. Maybe they're trying to diffuse the situation with laughter.
Maybe like, nah, guy, it's cool, it's cool.
Oh, dude, no need to hit me over the head with a bottle.
It's like ending a serious text or a serious like tweet with like haha or lol.
This game actually reminds me a lot of a later Alpha Denshi game, Ninja Combat. Just the way the enemies recoil.
Yeah, BBH says it's clearly the same artist as Ninja Combat here.
Yeah, real similar art too. And Ninja Combat, honestly, not much better than this. But it is a little bit of an improvement. Urgh. That dude's got like a cinder block on a pole. Alright, petition to make this the official Retro Pals laugh track. Now it's my block on a pole.
People are appreciating the delicate shading on the main character's ass. It is very nice.
The shading and coloring in general actually is pretty good for this game. It's just a shame about how it plays and looks. Can we actually go to the left? Yeah, okay. Oh, this is the boss. That's the boss! The guy with the novelty oversized wooden helmet.
I was gonna say, it's Jack, Hammer, and Harry.
He's got some good animation.
Oh, where's his neck? His neck is like sometimes there, sometimes gone.
There's some weird animation when he gets up. Mostly when he gets knocked down.
The highway is in such a state of disrepair because this is a post-apocalyptic future, and I think that nobody's paid their taxes, so there's no money to repair the bridge, and now it's just...
I despawned that guy.
It's just despawning. That's it. All the government infrastructure went into despawning the punks. They thought that that would help with their gang problems, and unfortunately did not.
Share your points to wherever you want. Let's be faster.
Okay. Even the punks are notoriously incompetent. Who's this guy?
Maybe it's worth playing through this for the cutscenes. I've never seen all the way through this game. Well, those guys seem to have everything in order.
Yeah, we're good.
I think we'll just turn around and call it quits.
Yeah, we're good.
Next game, let's play some Tecmo Night.
Okay, this game has an amazing flyer, I gotta say.
It has an amazing flyer and an amazing amount of gore, so be aware of that. Just watch the intro, for instance. Now, around the same time, Tecmo also released the arcade of Ninja Gaiden.
Dragon! Alright, okay.
And the arcade Ninja Gaiden can also be considered a jank game in its own right, but this is a little bit more jank.
Holy shit!
Blah!
Oh my god!
Dude's face.
Wow. Let me turn this up a little bit, but wow.
Alright, let's jump right in. In this game, you control a tiny dude on the back of a giant. And by hitting a button, you can turn into a tiny dude on a tiger.
You're like, so it's like Ratatouille. I love this.
Yeah, it's like Ratatouille. You got your basic attacks, which softens up people.
I love those dog men. Okay,
And then, after you hit enemies a few times, their head gets bloodied.
Yeah,
At which point you can jump on their head and start mauling them. It's a different attack depending on which form you are.
Oh my god.
And the head just comes right off.
Alright, Electric Boogaloo mentions that Tecmo Night was from the same director who did Arcade Ninja Gaiden.
That makes sense.
And Shaxford says, straight from the side of a Sweet 70s van, it's Tecmo Night!
This does have that look, right? Like,
Uh-huh.
kind of like Mad Balls, almost. Or a van. Take your pick.
Holy shit, Kusoge Theater played this game, as a kid and got scarred, but they played it in Branson? What, man, how is... Okay.
It's games like this that I'm shocked actually got released in public places. You look back at stuff like this and Chiller, and you think, man, this shit was at Chuck E. Cheese's.
And I've never been to Branson. I wanna get messed up by a video game as a child in Branson. That sounds... Oh, God.
Yeah, for 89, this is pretty incredibly gory. I never saw this as a kid, but apparently other people did. This isn't like a shared hallucination or anything.
Whoa, that dragon!
And, of course, like Ninja Gaiden, it has a very memorable continue screen.
Danny?
Happy Friday, everyone.
Happy fucking Friday!
And the best game over screen in existence. No future!
Oh my god, that's so cool! Oh, it's got the cool Tecmo rabbit. I miss that guy.
But remember,
Oh my
don't
God.
use drugs.
Okay, I won't. Definitely. Absolutely not. Never in my life.
This is the kind of caliber of game you're going to see over the next half hour or so. Let's move on.
Okay.
Let us play some... How about some Double Dragon 3, the Rosetta Stone? Now, Double Dragon, people know that game.
Yeah.
There was a sequel that, believe it or not, was almost entirely a reskin of the first game. Like, they just redrew over all the background graphics and characters. For the third game, Technos didn't make it. They outsourced it to a company called East Technology. And, well... it turned out a little bit different compared to the games that came before.
Did you see their face? Okay, I like her. I liked those dudes' faces.
Some good faces in this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good faces if you're watching.
Had Chiller in your arcade, but it was turned to face the wall. Amazing.
Double Dragon 3, the Rosetta Stone.
Wow, very excited there.
Yeah, it's an exciting game.
Mission 1, America.
America.
Isn't he so excited?
Now, before you do anything, the first thing in the game, you gotta go to the weapon shop, where you make the horrifying discovery that this game invented DLC. You insert coins for extra dudes and tricks and energy and power-ups. So we're gonna put in a lot of coins. And just buy everything she got. That's right, it's pay to win in the most literal sense.
Oh my god, was this before, oh my god, was this before Time Traveler?
I think it was, yeah. That's a pretty cool move, Billy. I'm not sure what that is, but...
It's cool.
the headstand. As a game, this is pretty choppy. Pretty
Power
jank.
Records!
Power Records. Especially compared to the first two Double Dragons, which weren't like the pinnacle of design or anything, but they played pretty consistently. Unlike this game, which is just a massive pain in the ass. Hey, I won on The Price is Right. This, of course, got ported to NES, ported in quotes. It's a very different game on Nintendo. And honestly, it's not that great there, either. So even Technos was kind of flailing at this point. Even they didn't know how to properly follow up on Double Dragon. At the same time, in the background, they themselves were developing a game called Combat Tribes, which, yeah, not as well known as Double Dragon, and not that great of a game either. Would things have been different for Technos if they'd focused on making their own Double Dragon sequel? Who knows?
I just ran him the fuck over. And you kicked his bike to death, so that's cool. Hey!
We're Roni now.
The Texaco Leatherman!
Yep. There he is, right there, in the flesh.
The Texaco Leatherman!
Now, being a Texan, of course, I'm familiar with the legend of the Texaco Leatherman, but obviously Alex isn't. Legend has it, if you go to a Texaco at 2 a.m., a Leatherman will appear, and he'll buy you Fritos.
However, if you do say, "fuck off, Leatherman," he will fight you.
Yeah.
So you must be nice to him and accept his Fritos.
This game's got some pretty good animations. It just plays strangely, especially if you're familiar with the other Double Dragons. On the other hand, you can't argue with the Texaco Leatherman. It's about time a game finally told the legend.
All the rival gangs want the Rosetta Stone so that they can go on a nice European vacation.
Mm-hmm. It has the secret to translating the world's languages. Mm-hmm. They just want to get educated.
Yeah, they're just like, hey, we want to get a better job. We want to make something of ourselves. Give me the Rosetta Stone so I can learn Latin. Maybe I'll become a lawyer.
Knowledge is the greatest prize of all.
Mm-hmm. It's also the greatest weapon of all.
Mission 2, China.
And isn't that announcer so excited? I like that they're walking in with you.
Yeah, and every level, of course, it gives you the opportunity to put in more coins to buy more stuff to help you through the game. By now, I've played the game for like, what, 3 minutes, and I put in like $5 worth of quarters, so that's cool. You get the idea. They were just waiting for me. Let's move on.
Okay.
Let's play a game that's actually very similar to the Combat Tribes, but it's a little bit unofficial. This is from an Italian outfit by the name of Electronic Devices. This is a game called Mug Smashers.
Hey, I'm smashing mugs over here. Alright.
This game's a fan favorite among people who watch Chubo and BBH. Policewoman has dossier about all her activities.
Oh my god, this art!
Uh-huh.
Oh, I love Axel!
Boy, that whole no shirt plus suspenders look was really popular in Brawlers.
What is with Mad Dog? Hey, I'm gonna say it. I have a huge soft spot for... Oh my god. For Italian developed arcade games.
Yeah, there's like this and,
Look at them! Look at them!
they're both perfect. How can I pick?
Oh my god!
So this takes place in San Francisco. Based on your experience, is this accurate?
Yeah, I went to San Francisco for like a week, and this is exactly what happened.
Just dudes picking up fire hydrants, throwing them at each other.
Alright, this game has got the official Chubo seal of approval, so that's
Good.
Yeah, there was like jazz band graffiti everywhere because there was like a jazz festival coming up, and you know, the jazz fans and the smooth jazz fans were having a big fight at the time.
So this game's jank as shit. Like,
Rats!
just looking at it, it looks jankier than the other games we've played. And yet, I would argue it's more playable than those. It actually plays pretty decently. Apparently later on in the game that changes and it gets to be really unfair. But at least in the beginning it makes a pretty good impression.
Okay, I love that guy was scratching his crotch after he had like the... Yeah.
Check it out, it's an Oscar statue. I picked up Oscar Gold.
Oh man, congrats! Holy shit!
I love these brawlers that give you a gun. It's never fair. Gold beer. What do they call that, like Goldschlager?
Yes! Oh my god, I love all of this MS Paint as background art so much.
It's good, isn't it? This game has a definite charm to it. Now, this being Italian in origin, of course I've never seen the original cabinet, but I wish I did. I would play this all the time.
Kenny, this is great.
Yeah. That's kind of why I like jank brawlers, because they always have some kind of personality to them. They're memorable at the very least.
Thank you, Under the Pale, for the raid. Do appreciate it.
Welcome, everyone.
Playing...
This is Mug Smashers, an Italian beat-em-up. And it looks like this. I like that knee move. You, like, double tap forward and hit the attack. There's no reason for this game to feel as good to play as it does.
Okay, I love the box of electronic devices. I love the rats. Mr. Energy mentions that this music is stolen from Combat Tribes, and SneakerNets mentions that this game has MS-DOS game energy. My god.
Does it ever? This reminds me of, what was that Bloodlust software game? Executioners? Is that what it's called?
Oh my god, I think so.
Big man!
Oh,
And there was an
man,
Oscar statue
that
in there.
trash can was hiding the Oscar Gold.
They'll just give anyone an Oscar nowadays. Even a fire hydrant.
Oh, man, baby, looking forward to the Desperation Tornado.
How do you do that?
I'm not sure.
I know there's a third button that does this. That's cool.
Bye. It's all three buttons do it.
Okay. Must have power. Did it. Alright, let's see that desperation move before we move on.
Just on the forklift!
There we go.
Oh my god, you're just Tasmanian doubling it! Oh man, Taz, go!
So this game's kind of amazing. It's honestly a surprise hit for me, and if it looks good, maybe you should check it out. I think you'll have fun with it.
Holy shit, anyone not watching our stream, you're missing out.
So why don't we tap our good friends at Jaleco to see what kind of brawler they would make if they had to. And they did. This is 64th Street.
Oh, sorry, it's right.
It's been requested that we watch the full intro, so let's
Okay.
do that. This takes place in the 30s.
Oh no, this guy's daughter's kidnapped.
These are the coolest dudes in the world. Rick and, I don't know, Bobby.
I love this guy's hat.
Oh, it's Alan.
I love the case of the rich man's kidnapped daughter. Yeah,
You see this? They're making a movie about us newsies.
Why are the criminals leaving these
There's a
messages
coded
in?
message in the newspaper. Are all the ads coded?
Maybe this is why they got rid of classified ads. This is why everything's on Craigslist.
This is a great intro to lure kids into playing your game.
Read these job classifieds very carefully, kids. Notice the similarity between the sentences. Yes, exactly.
Oh my god, they write just like the ransom note. Holy sheboygan. Really? Let's get on the case. Alright, why don't you turn down the volume a few more notches before we start this game, because the voices are very loud, and they're very amazing. Let's be Rick. So, you're Jaleco. Your boss tells you to make a brawler like Final Fight, and this is what you come up with. Nice cameo from the Phantasm from Avenging Spirit.
I just want chat to know that when I saw the case of the rich kidnapped daughter, I got so excited. My hand was on the mouse, my hand just accidentally dragged the mouse into my lap.
And you brought up the Windows screen for some reason.
I don't know how that happened. I really don't. I just got so excited. I'm so sorry, Jaleco.
So this game's big claim to fame is that you can grab dudes and throw them into the background. The flyer made big mention of this by showing the main character throwing a character into the background with the sound effect Dogoon. And in this game, all the backgrounds are breakable, from the cars to the windows to doors. I'm gonna break this car.
The background throws are super fucking cool.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Something Konami would later rip off for Batman Returns on Super Nintendo.
Okay, the devs here were CP Brain, and, God, chat's talking about, Chimera Beast.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay.
I defer to BBH on that one.
BBH says you better not be talking shit about Chimera Beast. I'm not talking shit about anything.
Look at the way that door splintered.
Oh, it's by the same team that did Avenging Spirit. Okay. That's cool.
They know what they're doing. They can do platformers, brawlers. Well, arguably they can do brawlers.
I mean...
Yeah!
Yeah!
So they got the sound effects right. If you're gonna make a brawler, you gotta have really memorable, punchy sound effects. And what's more memorable than Durr?
I love the bookstore you fucked up. Okay, I love that fucking interstitial. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Done as cheaply as possible.
Jaleco is the king. Oh my god, I love that. It reminded me of like when Sonic time travels in Sonic CD, but like a really crappy detective show.
The great part is that sometimes stuff will come out of the wall when you throw dudes at it, so you have an actual reason to. And in this case, you can even peel the brick off the brick walls.
Oh, that's what they're talking about Chimera Beast, because the dev of this did Chimera Beast. They're ex-ICOM guys. Folks, I should say.
ICOM had really inconsistent results on consoles. Was that game that Dot was playing last night? I think it was Taking It to the Hoop. That's an ICOM game.
Yeah.
It's like they did Legendary Axe and then Taking It to the Hoop.
You gotta take it to the hoop, Danny.
Now, all I want to do with this game is play far enough into level 1 so I can show you what Jaleco's idea of a bus is.
Oh my god, I want to see what they think of buses.
How would Jaleco draw a bus? There's a cat here.
Oh,
I picked it up for points.
oh nice. You better take care of that cat. If you're mean to that cat, I'm gonna cry.
Cat's gonna help us on our journey.
Oh good.
Okay, I think this is it. Y'all want to see what a bus looks like?
This looks like a double-decker bus.
It has wooden benches.
So it's like a trolley.
Have you ever seen a bus with wooden benches? Like it's a fucking church or something?
Like, I have been on an old trolley and like a working trolley too that had wooden benches, but not a bus.
Well, maybe you're right. Maybe this is a trolley.
Yeah, this is in 1939, so back in those days they only had wood. Damn it.
There's that novelty mallet again. It's a favorite among beat-em-up bosses.
Oh man, BMF mentions that Spokane had old-style trolley buses with wood benches, and fun fact, they sucked.
Yeah, those don't look too comfortable. Also, I hope they're bolted down. considering we're going at like 80 miles an hour.
They usually are. Everyone had mohawks in the 30s. It was like, 23 skidoo, get a mohawk. It's the Depression. We're depressed. Let's all get mohawks.
This is the Jaleco 30s.
Mm-hmm.
The 30s how they should have been. I'll save this trolley. Did it.
Outside the office, they are attacked as they leave their office.
They placed the ads on purpose, knowing that we would notice the similarities.
Cool already says the roaring Jalcos.
Alright, check this out. If you grab dudes and throw them here, there's no background. So what ends up happening is you get punched a lot.
You sure do.
Come on, we gotta show this. Nah, into the ocean.
They splash! Oh, that's so good.
You, also into the ocean. You too. Everyone gets to take a bath.
Yeah, I am getting Adam West Batman vibes with that interstitialist in particular.
Maybe this is intentionally, kind of campy.
I mean, it's Jaleco. They're kind of the camp kings.
They might as well lean into it. Next game. This is a very late edition suggested by Electric Boogaloo. Let's play Brute Force. So there was a company called Leland. You may or may not be familiar with their arcade games. They made stuff like John Elway's Pro Quarterback, most notably Super Off-Road. Then they made a beat-em-up in 1991.
Wow!
We want to hear this intro.
Okay. I love Susan. Aw.
That's nice.
Susan's like, God, I hate that guy.
Turn it up.
Okay.
Join the friends, we be watching the tube. Don't stop.
When City call the shots, we make our move.
Hey, thank you for recommending this.
Don't stop kicking till the
King goes down. Kick it.
Kick it. Yeah, break it down.
Listen up.
Oh my God.
These are the hottest jams.
Brute force.
Danny, you can't do this to me! Oh my God!
This is a good one.
Kick it.
Okay, now I need to turn it down.
City sewer target of ninja sabotage.
Oh God.
We live in Big City, USA,
Skinheads
apparently.
riot at Cat Theater.
Now, the first thing you could do in the game is beat up a fire hydrant and then lose 2 of your 3 lives instantly. So that's extra cool. This is a weird one. This is a game where you have a great degree of control over your jumps and movement, and yet it never feels like you're in control of anything. The first thing I did was pick up a guitar and start hitting people with it, El Kabong style. So points for that.
Let's see. Abby mentions that Leland is basically just the name that Cinematronic switched to some years after the Laserdisc fad ran its course. So this is the true legacy of Dragon Slayer.
My God. It all led up to this. Being whipped by punks. One thing I did like is, you can't see it now because I broke the windows, but that store was called Mom and Pop's Adult Bookstore.
I love that. No way. I am all for...
Support your local business.
Yeah, I'm all for Mom and Pop porno shop.
Listen up.
Look at these punks. They're just breaking all the windows.
I like that they're... I like that they're grabbing... Paul, I like that they're grabbing whips from the adult store. That actually makes a lot of... Okay, that was really good.
Yeah, the background detail in this game is second to none. It's a shame about how it plays.
BBH mentioning this game is not probably 1CCable.
I wouldn't think it was. This is a weird playing game. There's just one button that makes you leap. Including leaping into windows. Now, I do want to get to the end of this first level. Because the first challenge you face is pretty good.
Yeah, Hectara, I am getting Yo Bro vibes from this art.
Kinda.
Oh no. Chibo mentions there's no strats for this game yet!
No strats.
No, don't. Everybody love yourself. Don't do that.
Spin kick seems pretty good. Does multiple hits.
Listen up.
Otherwise, just listen up.
Fair point. They're probably just using the same graphics tools as Icon, but
Yeah.
because they're just American devs.
Enemies take a lot of punishment in this game.
Alright.
What did I get there?
Drugs!
It looked like a dozen donuts to me.
It was like drugs, but they were like vitamins.
Oh, okay.
It was good drugs, not bad drugs.
Punk's coming up from the sewer.
Alright. You think they just live in the sewer, or...
I think they come from there.
Okay,
It's an underground society of sewer people.
Okay.
Time to break another hydrant. He's taking a ride. Look at him go. Hey, watch what I can do to this phone booth. Ugh. No, break it. Break it. Break the damn thing. I've seen you do it.
Oh, it is a phone. I thought it was
There we go.
origins.
This is weirdly fun. I don't know why. But it's alright.
Is it because it's kind of stupid?
I think that could be it, yeah.
I think...
That and it has a rap theme song.
I think that just being kind of stupid is the key to making a good brawler.
Yeah.
Like, Final Fight is fun, but it's kind of stupid. Oh my god, fur fun.
Fur fun?
Oh, shit.
That does say fur fun.
Mm-hmm.
I do at least want to get to the theater, because
Okay.
that's what the punks are currently attacking.
I see. They're watching fur fun.
Mm-hmm. They're trying to enjoy the Sonic movie.
The Sonic movie was fur fun.
Alright, based on my extremely early findings, the spin kick seems to be the best strat for this level.
Okay. Getting developing the strats here.
The guitar is also very powerful.
Alright.
Is that a time bomb? Let's go get it. Put down that time bomb. So what do you think the problem is in the theater? Have they taken hostages? Are they, like, watching movies illegally?
I think they're being too loud.
Okay. Well, we're about to find out.
Oh god! Don't shoot me. You're doing a good job at shooting everything but him.
Yeah. That's right. We gotta protect the concession stand. Left to their own devices, these punks will come down here and just start smashing up the concession stand. And you gotta stop that from happening.
Baby, you did the same. You just ruined their bench.
Oh, you jumped all over it.
You're...
The junior mints are ruined. Just love that there's an emergency call to the theaters so you can protect the concession
Watch
stand.
out, they're stealing her. Yeah, protect the Twizzlers.
They destroyed like 20 cents worth of popcorn. This game's ridiculous, and maybe it's better for it. That's what I've learned. Anyway, we've protected the concession stand. Don't worry, everyone. Your treats are safe.
Thank God.
Your overpriced treats. Let's go on. Next up, why don't we play another Chubo-adjacent game?
Okay.
This qualifies as a brawler, right?
You know what, Danny? I'm gonna go with... Sure.
Yeah, let's do it. Put it
Okay.
on. This game is commonly known among fans of the genre as Suck Joe. Legend of Success Joe.
Suck Joe. Suck Joe.
This might be the worst Neo Geo game, which is quite an accomplishment because there aren't many bad Neo Geo games. This is, of course, based on a long-running manga about a boxing guy and all his friends. They have fun.
Yeah, it's a fun series. Ends on a really positive note.
Yeah.
So.
This game, the story in Success Joe is really dour and serious, and the way the game compresses it into a story in this game is really incredible. To this day, all that I know about Legend of Success Joe I learned from this game.
Okay.
They were battling for the boss position at the Special Boys Reformatory. And this is what the game looks like.
Oh, this is so good. This is like China Warrior.
Kinda, yeah. He is big. Joe is a big boy. There's very few moves. This game only uses 2 of the 4 buttons. And I think this is the only Neo Geo game to not have a 2-player mode. That was kind of a thing that was built in with every single one of their other games. I mentioned Chubo. If you want to see a good run of this game, you gotta watch Chubo. He has 1 credit cleared this game, something that I never thought possible. For instance, I learned that the bosses actually do have strats you can use. Different strats. This game. The game that looks like this.
Oh! That's right, Joe. Shake it off.
Another fun thing is, for each credit you only get 1 life and 3 life bars. And while your life bars refill at the end of a level, if you've depleted one entirely, it's gone forever. So right now, the best I can have going into the second level is 2 life bars.
Oh man, that guy's bloody.
Got him.
He dancing. Oh, apparently the hit sound effect here was also used in Might and Magic World of Zine.
Of course, that makes sense.
Okay, Chibo mentions it's gone forever unless you get a perfect in the next stage. Okay.
Okay. So if you go without hits, you get that full life bar back. And of course, every other round, you get put in the ring, where the gameplay is exactly the same. We're running on limited time, so I'll probably quit after this fight, but what I really wanted to show off was the Mr. Rikishi fight.
Okay.
This really dramatic moment in the comic is reduced to complete ridiculousness in the game. It's like Joe's friend and rival tragically dies in the ring, and the game reduces that to Joe regretted the fight, and then he provoked a ruffian, or something like that.
Joe regretted the fight.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He really regretted old Mr. Rikishi. Man, can I beat this on my first credit? This will be the best I've ever done at this game. Oof. Let's go, Joe. I like the crowd here. I like number 14.
I do too.
He's into it. He's like, oh boy, I get to be in a Neo Geo game. Yeah! You win, Joe. Oof.
Fucking rip.
Just the idea of compressing multiple manga chapters into, like, a couple of sentences. It strikes me as really hilarious. We got more to do. Let's move on.
Okay.
We have serious work to do. Our next game is Ninja Clowns.
Okay. Oh my god! You can't do that shit to me!
Bone-curdling chills, senses-shattering spills, two-fisted thrills.
This music! This remix of...
Yeah, it's the hardcore version of Entrance of the
I was gonna say,
Gladiators.
this version of Entrance of the Gladiators. Is this 2-player?
Oh yeah, you want to play?
Yeah, I want to play a little bit.
Let's do it. Let's play 2-player Ninja Clowns for the first time on Twitch. I assume.
Sec. Okay, there we go.
See, this is a parody brawler. where you play as a couple of clowns who beat up lawyers. You see, it's funny. Now the best move is if you hold down left or down right and hit the kick button, you just spin forever.
Hey! You found a strat I can do!
Uh-huh. I want to say Chubo has 1 credit cleared this as well. That was a while ago, though. I don't think I ever watched that. I'll have to get some strats from
Dead
it.
Teens in Love!
Whoa, that is what it says!
Oh my god, that cop looks like a drill art! Like a drill dude, look at him! Oh my god! Oh, you dropped a hot dog, I want it.
Get that hot dog. Oh, I got the seltzer. I'm curious, has anyone actually seen a real cabinet of this? This is one I've never seen, and not a lot of people have, apparently. This is from Strata, the people who later made, of course, Time Killers, Bloodstorm, and Street Fighter the movie, the arcade game. So this was before they got really famous.
Okay, opponent mentions that there are photos of real cabinets out there, so...
They supposedly exist. I'm gonna need some hard evidence, though.
The Dead Meat Deli.
That cop threw a donut at you.
It's gonna chase him off.
Well. Oh my god, it's the evil bowler.
Hey,
I love the jerky animation in this game. It's so shit.
why do I like this?
It's more playable than you'd expect. And yet,
Thank you to White Taxi for the resub 5 months in a row. Thank you. I don't know why, but maybe it's because you're seeing one of the most excellent games.
that must be it. Thank you. Imagine seeing this and seeing The Simpsons. Which would you play? I'd go with Ninja Clowns.
I feel bad. I would totally go with Ninja Clowns. Alright, there's photos in chat. I'll click on it in a second.
Oh my
Jesus.
god, he exploded! We blew him up. There's also a lot of this game. Look at all those levels.
Oh my god, here it is. It's real.
Wow, it exists.
It's real.
Incredible. It's got some hard driving music. I'll give it that much. Time out, Clowny. Who you calling Clowny? Those cursed clowns. Killer zombie clones attack.
Are we fighting mimes? I thought I saw a mime.
You probably fight mimes at some point.
Why did we hate mimes in the 90s?
It was a cool thing to do.
Alright, the bearded lady's puking on me.
Yep, she's puking all over the place.
That's delightful.
Ninja Clowns.
This game is pro and anti a lot. Yep,
There's
the
your mime.
There's
that
the
mime.
Is that a mime?
There's that mime content you wanted.
We all hated mimes. Why?
This is a video game. It is not one that's easily forgotten.
Oh, it's that guy from the Dover Boys.
I want to play something else.
Yes, please.
That's Ninja Clowns. Now you've seen it. There's no going back from here. Your life will now never be the same. Let's very quickly play some lesser-known games before we move on to our finale. How about a game called Big Fight? Big Trouble in the Atlantic Ocean.
In the ocean, huh?
Yep. Made by Tatsumi, who is normally known for their games that used hardware scaling capabilities. Most notably, a game called Buggy Boy, which is a very fun game. This game is much less known.
I like this. Zill! I like Gear.
Zill is from Texas, which is cool, but Gear is the best character. He practices that Illinois wrestling. I will say the raster effects on the scrolling floor look really nice. I don't know
Wow, that
about the
looks
rest of the
cool.
game, though. Look at the way this dude jumps.
Oh, I love him.
And of course, he's got the big splash.
I love his overconfident smile that he's always got going on. That's wonderful. His pecs are massive!
They are
Look at
gigantic. This is one I was entirely unaware of until MAME came around and emulated it. And I think it was only pretty recently that it was emulated too.
This game is Big Fight, Big Trouble in the Atlantic Ocean. Very normal name. Love it.
How big is it? It has the word big twice in the title. Hands on his hips when he jumps.
I love that. Oh, look at him. You can select your course? And there's an aquarium?
Let's go to the aquarium.
Oh my god!
Gotta beat up some fish.
Oh, those fish are goners.
Bazooka! There we go.
Did you see that animation?
I don't know what happened there. As far as I know, this game isn't emulated entirely correctly just yet. Which is another thing I'm a big fan of in MAME.
Same. Oh, that's not a bazooka. That's a grenade launcher.
Oh yeah, that explains it then. Shit, this game's fun. I gotta play more of this. But that goes to show you that even when developers aren't especially invested in, or maybe even interested in brawlers, situations demand that they created them, and they made the most of it. Some of them actually did end up making good games.
Okay, I love that couple just having a nice night while you're killing some mummies. The janitor being like, I ain't seeing shit.
Look, we paid for this aquarium. We're gonna stick around.
Alright!
What's gonna come out of the sarcophagus? Is it a mummy fish? I guess I have to play this long enough to find
Wait a
out.
minute, are you on a cruise ship?
Yeah, the whole
Holy
game
sh-
takes place on a cruise ship,
Oh
as far as
my
I know.
god!
Given the title Big Trouble on the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I guess so is this a real aquarium on the ship, or is this just a, God.
Like
or is-
below deck, they're just looking at all the sharks.
Yeah. Also, there's a lot of sharks.
Ugh.
Okay, you gotta fight Pharaoh.
Why does he have a cape? Oh, now he doesn't.
Because it's cool. Oh my god, he's got such long legs! Look at those Ernest Evan-ass legs! I love him! Yeah, alright.
I changed my mind. This game's cool as shit. It's not jank at all.
Yeah,
This is the best game ever
not
made.
Jank. Oh, I love that.
Gotta at least beat this guy. Lasers! Hamburger?
I love it! I love it!
Hamburg.
Alright, I'm being told he has such long legs he can walk like an Egyptian. Boo!
True.
Yeah, he's got full eyes. He's got this character's got full yowie measurements here. Just very long.
Don't even know what he's saying. I don't care. This game has completely won me over. Too much.
Yeah, he's saying hamburger because he wants hamburger.
Me too. He's got my number. Got him. The cheesy pose.
Oh, I love gear! Now I came from... Yes! Yes!
Sure.
That's how I reply.
Pharaoh joined us.
Oh my god.
And indeed, you can play as Pharaoh after this point.
Oh, I love Pharaoh.
Look
Oh,
at that.
Yes, you
He
just
is too good.
I love that that dealer just looked at you like, oh, should I do something or no? Okay.
All these people paid for this cruise. They're not gonna stop and hide when the punks take over. They're gonna get their damn money's worth. Ain't gonna let anyone called Bread stop them. Some of these characters are named Bread.
Bread, Uni.
Alright, I'll play this forever. We gotta stop. While we're on the subject, why don't we look at another company who was suddenly thrust into the world of beat-em-up development?
Mm-hmm.
A company called Seibu Kaihatsu,
Oh.
who are known for their Raiden games. They released a game called Zero Team, and through a very long story that I'm not going to relate here, MAME only emulates a semi-bootleg version called Zero Team 2000. Now you might think, oh man, these people have never made a beat-em-up before. This game's gonna suck. Actually, this game is fucking awesome.
Okay, I like these names. I like Big O. Hey, this looks fucking great.
Mm-hmm. So good animation, fairly small sprites, but the main thing in this game is the things you can do mid-combo. Like, you can just take a dude out, you can drop him to the ground, but if you do the combo while holding up, you fucking launch him.
Whoa, and then he slams
And then they
back.
explode when they hit the ground.
That's amazing.
And that mechanic alone makes me love this game, because it feels really good. Especially when you can bunch up like 5 dudes and launch them all at once. Look at this. Like, we've seen Jank, often as the result of just people demanding a certain genre of game without considering whether developers want to make that game. But even in that situation, Seibu Kaihatsu ended up making a really great brawler somehow.
Yeah, I love her, yeah.
Yeah, Spin's cool. It's a very playable game.
Jank doesn't necessarily mean bad.
Yeah.
Either. It could mean good.
There's good Jank. Hell, you might even not consider this Jank.
Yeah, there's debate whether this is Jank.
It's a little Jank, but it's mostly just good.
I love this.
Another example of why I love MAME. I'd never heard of this game, ever. Never saw it in my life. And all of a sudden, it's now one of my favorite brawlers. Just launch the dude into the other dudes. Oh yeah, if you hold down, you can throw behind you too.
Look at that steaming chicken.
Yeah, that looks appetizing.
Can you throw people in the shark tank?
I don't think you can, unfortunately. Toilet paper.
BBH mentioning that the only place they ever saw this was at the Luxor Arcade in Vegas. I've never seen this either. Also, back in the day, Vegas had the weirdest fucking games. I found all kinds of weird shit there back there. I think is that where I found Sonic the Fighters? No, that was in Ontario. Still.
There's a lot of little things this game does to make it really fun to play. Like the fact that when you strike a dude, it's not just one punch, it's like 50 punches in the space of a second. There's a certain theory of fun being applied here. Like, why hit a dude once? You can hit him 50 times.
Oh my god, you're just so fast.
Yeah.
Holy shit, he exploded in corn! And jewels!
Yep. And shortcake.
Baby, get that corn! Oh my god, there's so much corn.
I got a can of soup. Delicious corn.
Oh my god. Video games are fantastic.
Alright, there was one specific thing I wanted to show off in this level before we can move on. But basically, all you need to know is this is a good one. You gotta play it. It is MAME exclusive, never ported anywhere. If you want to play this, you gotta pirate it.
Damn, but it does look pretty good. Oh my gosh!
Look at that!
Just a big pot. Okay, I love that guy just laughing at you in the background. He looks like Dracula.
Everything from how dudes launch to the way they explode, it just feels good. This is the feeling you want when playing a brawler. Just the feeling of complete power. You too. Come here, you. He got away.
Oh, man. See, Dominic says this does not look janky. It looks juicy.
It's pretty juicy. And just to sell you on the game, there's people in the background who have nothing to do with the fight. You can just toss them around.
Wow, that couple was having a really nice time, Danny.
Yeah, I ruined their day. Okay, stopping myself.
Okay.
What do we want to do next? Well, before we go into our final game, I want to play something that will disturb you. This is Black Touch 96.
Okay. Oh, good. I like when it says there's known problems in the game. That's good. Always a good sign.
This is made by DGRM. I have no idea who they are, other than the fact that they are from Korea.
Black Touch 96. All right.
Are you ready for this? I don't know if you're ready for this.
Okay. All right.
What's that sound effect stolen from? Some Capcom game.
Yeah, yeah. I like that guy's face.
He's slowly reading.
It's from Street Fighter Alpha.
That's what it
What is that giant baby?
Look at this freaking game.
That's
Exactly,
the
Alex.
man with the helmets, the baby. Yeah, that was half the head.
That really does remind me.
Half the head.
It did remind me of Hardhead. As for the gameplay, well, it's no Zero Team, I'll put it that way. But it does go to show that everyone all over the world was trying to get that final fight money at some point in time.
God, he's got a wrench and...
Oh, there's a kick button. That'll help. That attack where he just pushes his belly forward.
That Go was stolen from Virtual Fighter. Beautiful.
That's where it's from. I was trying to figure that out.
Jesus, that's a lot of baby plumbers.
Round. Look, I'm just trying to head to round.
Listen,
I know the door is way too small for any of our massive bodies.
is!
But come on.
Oh. Oh, can we get some new fashion?
Yeah, okay.
I'm seeing the opponent say you should press buttons 1 and 3 together when you're surrounded.
Is that this move?
I think so. I think so?
Oh!
They just leave?
They just leave. The screen flashes and they leave. They're disgusted with you, I guess.
They're just like, I'm going home. This is disturbing. We're all too small for the doors anyway. I don't know why we're here.